in 2019 and Portland in 2020. Our local driver who went over there and contested against some of the best Victorians as lap number 1, 20.8 lap number 1 for Bo Riley. So that is the benchmark we're looking at the moment, as he decides he wants to run the high side. Not really a Bo Riley special, but it's starting to become a new. His second lap will actually be his best lap at 20.55. So that's the benchmark at the moment for Bo Riley. Next car out on track. Well, this one needs no introduction. He was the West Australian Street Stock champion. Now he is a holder of 9 titles, a National Street Stock Championship in Bunbury in 2005 and Allenbrook in 2010, the West Australia Production Sedan title in 2019 in Allenbrook Street Stocks. He's a 4-time champion in that. Most recently winning it at Albany as his first lap's a 21.31. He's won a late model state title as well. He's won 2 of them, one of them in 2015 here in Collie, and in 2017 at the Perth Motorplex. As his second lap will be run and done this time by for Jamie Oldfield in car number 0. His second lap time of 20.75, so that sits him in second place. Next up, we may as well call him a Collie local now. Car number 60. The man we call Dickie. Richard Nelson won the state title for production sedans once. As the greens come on and we set the time on car number 60. He won in 2006 in Margaret River in one of his mates' cars to a standing ovation in Margaret River. As the Penrite car number 60 will come out of Palmer's Corner to complete his first lap time, and that is a 21.26. That puts him so far in third place. The car number 60, we'll see what the second lap time can do. So far, Bo Riley is the quickest from Jamie Oldfield, and Richard Nelson with his second lap time coming to the judge now, and that is a 21.38 for the 2006 production sedan state champion. The man who won his state title here all the way back in 2018, the Sigma of Barry Rose, will be the next one. So far at Street Stock production sedan, Street Stock production sedan. This is a third of the productions to come through. The 2018 production sedan state champion of Barry Rose. Car number 181, he went toe-to-toe with Kyle Sayer here for that one. Sayer coming home in second place, which seems to be his place of finishing when it comes to titles. Lap number 1, 21.4 the first lap for Barry Rose. That sits him so far in fourth place. So in fact, we're getting slower with the times. We're literally sitting 1, 2, 3, and 4. We'll see what we can do with this second lap. With a mistake at a turn number 4, is it going to cost him? I feel like it will. So he comes across the line, 21.53. That puts him in fourth place. Next steps it to Barry Rose's good friend, the 88er Shane Britton, the production modified sedan state champion from 2007, where he won it in Carnarvon in a corridor. Now, decides that street stocks are more his choice. Production sedans, my bad. I'm looking at a car trying to figure out who the driver is of this one, as the 88 Shane Britton is your next one. I dare say that is Jake Avon's car out there, but I'm trying to figure out who would be driving that. We'll try and figure it out. We'll see if we get Trace to find out so we can talk about it, as Britton doing what he did before, running the top side of his lap. 21.09. That should put him in third place at the moment. So he runs again. along the back straight. We've actually got a new driver as well running in the Race of Champions, as Shane Britton runs very wide, and that lap time 21.36. So we'll take his first lap time, which was a 21.09. That should put him, I'm not too sure yet, but we'll work it out anyway. Next up, someone we didn't think we were going to have tonight, but it's Anthony King driving Jake Avens' car, number 11. He's trying to find the gears. I think he's found it now. Modified sedan state champion in the sedan categories is probably not the best time to go for your first laps in a car. Now for Anthony King, driving for Jake Avens. Well, I should say Greg Avens. I said no, we're going to reset it, we'll restart it, we'll do it again. Let's try it now. In that time, I could have found out when Anthony King won his state title. Instead, I was too busy trying to work my phone. Look, some mothers do have them, and sadly for mine, she had one like me. So King rounding turns number 3 and 4. Playing it conservative, you'll say, as you would, not being your own car. And the lap time will certainly show that as well when it comes out, because that was a 22.98, the only driver inside the 22s. Is Anthony King. Yes, he'll go along the back straight. At least we've got another car out there. That's the bonus thing for King. As we'll stop the clock. 22.34. So this should be the first state title winner for street stocks, Wayne Watson, who's driving the 44. He's all out of shape. So hailing out of a small town called Albany is Wayne Watson. And the first ever state title was won for street stocks. What was the year? Let's look straight up at here and we'll find that. Car number 24. 1987, would you believe? And he's playing as smart for lap number 1. As we'll count the first lap as 22.66. Impressive. 22.66, not as quick as Anthony King, but it was quicker than his first lap for Watson. And we'll see what the second lap can do. Definitely times have changed since 1987. For instance, I wasn't born, but for Watson, he'll come across the line. 22.29. His second lap around, which should put him above Anthony King.
Was he getting 2 practice laps?
Or was he getting 2 practice laps? Oh, we won't count them. He was getting 2 practice laps. Let's try again. So we know what times he were for his practice laps. Green lights have come on. Let's take number 2 for Wayne Watson, who's definitely not scared of... Oh! He saves it! How did he save that one? 24.54, I think we'll take his first lap times. What about that for a save? Oh no!
We'll take his first one.
I think we'll take his first ones. Let's watch it, we'll get on the replay there. What about that acrobatics from Wayne Watson? I think he deserves a round of applause as well. He's won 4 titles to his name. Michael Hammond driving for Matt Hammond. 2 completely different spellings. As here comes the Hammer, Michael Hammer, the winner of the Australian Street Stock State National Championship. In 2008 in Murray in 2012 in Darwin, he won the Junior Sedan State title in 93 in Narrogin and the Production Sedan in 2020. And these are practice laps as well. What a night of racing we've had tonight. 2 nationals and 2 states in 3 categories to his name. So we'll go green on the Hammer. So he goes into Cardinals in the Ibex Industries Holden Commodore. Has had a bit of a beating tonight as Matty Hammond in that car. Probably be feeling like a relaxed drive. So we bait on a 20.55 lap number 1. 21.06 the first lap time for Michael Hammond. Still nowhere near the 20.55 that we had from Bo Riley. As we're waiting on a couple more cars to come, there's even some flames out of the 10 machine. As he'll come across to greet the judge, will be better. 21.31. So we'll take his first lap time as a 21.06. So these guys are going to go straight out. Mitchell Baker. Green lights will come on. We go back. So we roll again with car number 9. Let's try again. We'll cross those out and we'll start. Oof. So we're trying to beat a 20.5 as lap 1 is a 21.86 for Mitchell Baker. So he got 2 laps of practice, or in fact there was 3 laps of practice. So he got 1 extra for good luck for being a good little boy, or something. His second lap time under anger will be a 20.83, put him second. In fact, third. It'll be third place for Mitchell Baker. Last cab off the ranks, car 4. Well, this one's got a list to read out. 5 championships to his name. As the green lights come out for Kai Blight, the Australian late model champion from 2020, the West Australian production sedan champion from 2009 in Kalgoorlie, modified sedans in 2013 and 14, and the late models in 2020. So quite a colour to this man, Kai Blight, as his first lap, 20.78. That is third now. So he jumps ahead of Mitchell Baker. Does Kai Blight, still not on that front row though. As his second lap time, will it be better? Can he put himself on the front row, or even better, be quickest? So he comes out, checkered flag is out, 20.68. That puts him second. But our quick time was our first driver out, ladies and gentlemen. A big round of applause for your fast time and pole setter for tonight's Racer Champions, Bo Riley.